Hello and welcome to day 9 of the challenge series. Today we will deal to solve business problems that require you to apply subqueries in filter condition. So a subquery is a query inside another query. When placed in the filter clause, it lets us compare each row's value against a derived value, like the overall average or the maximum or the minimum. Let's see this in practice. Let us solve the first problem of the day. So the business context for today's problem is the pricing team wants to identify premium priced films, those with rental rates higher than the average across all films. This helps us evaluate which titles might need price adjustments or promotional offers. So the problem that we need to solve is that we need to list films that have a rental rate higher than the average rental rate. So what our approach would be, we will take the film table and then we will compute the overall average rental rate. So this would become our subquery, and using that subquery will result it in the filter clause to filter the films. We will display the respective columns, which is the film ID, the title and the rental rate. And then we will order by the rental rate in the descending order. So let us look this into practice. Okay, so as we discussed in our approach, we'll first compute the overall average rental rate of all the films. So first we'll use the average aggregation function and calculate the rental rate, average rental rate as average rental rate from film table. Let us execute this and see the result. So we have average rental rate as 2.984000. Let us round it up to 2 decimal points only. So let us cast this as float and use the round function to round this into 2 decimal points only, and let us cast this as float. So we used the round function and we cast this as float, and let us see the output. So here if you see, you get the average rental rate is 2.98. Now instead of hard coding this in the where clause, we will use this query that we have in step 1 as a subquery into our main query. So for that we will select the film ID, the title and the rental rate of each film from film, and let us apply the where condition, and where rental rate is greater than, and let us use the above query. So this is the query that will become the subquery for us, and let us execute this and see the result. So if you see, we get all the films which are above 2.98, which was our average rental rate. We can also order it by the descending order in the rental rate, and we'll get all the films which are above average with the descending order in the rental rate. Okay, let us solve the second problem for the day. So the business content over here is that the content strategy team wants to find all films that belong to popular categories. The definition of popular categories is defined as the categories having more than 50 films. So this helps them focus promotions or playlist on categories with plenty of titles. So the problem that we need to solve is that we need to retrieve films that belong to categories with more than 50 films. So for us, the approach would be that we'll first identify the join path. In the join path, we will have to join the film table, the category table, and the film category table. So we will count the films in each category using a subquery with group by. And then we will filter to include only categories having more than 50 films. We'll use that subquery inside the main query to retrieve the matching columns. Let us look this into practice. Okay, so as we discussed in our approach, we'll first identify categories which are having more than 50 films. So let us select the category ID from the film category table, from film category table, and let us group by with the category ID and let us apply the filter where the count of films belonging to that category should be greater than 50. So let us execute this and find the category ID. Okay, so here we get the category ID for all those categories which have more than 50 films. Now we will use this query as a subquery for our main query. So let us see that we will select the columns that we require. We require the film ID, we require the title of the film, and we will take the category name. Let us give this an alias as category name from film F. Now we will apply the join to join the film table with the film category table on the condition fc dot film id is equal to f dot film id. We will also join the film category table with the category table. So category C, and the condition on which we join is c dot category id is equal to fc dot category id. Now we have joined the table. Now let us filter for those categories which have more than 50 films. So we'll use the category ID in, and we'll use the above query as a subquery to filter for categories that have more than 50 films. So let us use this, and let us now execute this query. So here if you see, these are the films and belonging to the category which have more than 50 films. So here is today's tip for you. Whenever you want to compare each row against a dynamic value without the need for hard coding it, you can use subqueries in the where clause.